And now, recorded live in front of an exclusively feline studio audience, the Chuckle Bunker is pleased to present the sophisticated comedy stylings of the humorist in hiding himself, Tyson James Thoreau.
I'd like to start off tonight with a brief apology to my girlfriend. The last time I was here at the Chuckle Bunker, I made some jokes about toilet paper that apparently upset her. So, just to clarify, sometimes a comedian will use poetic license, okay? I'm not a confessional comedian. Not everything I say is factual. And I wasn't being factual when I said I had quit using toilet paper entirely. That was a joke. The truth is that, like many of you, we've got a medium-sized stockpile of toilet paper that should last at least a couple of weeks. And if that runs out before the end of the Great Isolation, obviously, it's time to invoke the Suicide Pact. That was also a joke. By then, we will have starved to death already, if we haven't been taken by the virus. Anyway, it was a dumb joke, and I regret it. I don't even like toilet humor, and I definitely don't want to be that type of comedian. But just to be clear, I haven't been shitting in my pants and making her clean them. And if, by merely saying those words, I created an image in your mind of her scrubbing fecal matter from my undergarments, then I apologize to you too. That's disgusting. I probably shouldn't have mentioned her at all. Her name's Kara, by the way, and I wouldn't want to upset her. She's been so supportive of all of my dumb ideas and projects. But also, this would be really the worst time to get kicked out of the house. So I hope that when I said there would be more toilet paper for her, that nobody thought that meant she uses an unusual amount of toilet paper, which I didn't even intend, but she thinks was implied. She doesn't do that, for the record. Anyway, speaking of toilets, remember how just a few weeks ago, you remember, back in the time that humans were allowed to freely roam the earth, the President of the United States seemed to think the biggest problem facing Americans was how many times they had to flush the toilet? Sure, that might seem trivial now in light of this whole cyclone of death and fear that we're living. Maybe this wasn't the worst idea that Donald Trump ever had. In fact, it might have been his best idea. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for low-flow, eco-friendly toilets myself, most of the time. But maybe just break the glass in case of emergency, super powerful flush option could work for those special occasions. In fact, we can name it after him. We can call it the Trump Dump Pump. Barack Obama's name will forever be linked to healthcare. It seems appropriate that Donald Trump be synonymous with explosive diarrhea. Well, I'm sorry if anything I said grossed you out. But hey, why don't we all go wash our hands for an hour or two, and who knows, maybe we'll beat this crazy bug yet.